Well, hello and welcome back to another exciting edition of Coffee with Stephen. In this week's blog, it's entitled Kangaroos and Courts. And it's the result of a lecture that I went to about a week ago that was put on by an organization that hosts sort of continuing legal education. And this particular lecture was a panel of three different judges. One was a Superior Court judge, one was an appellate court judge, and one was a federal court judge. It was fascinating, and it was fascinating. The focus on it was originally the concept of judicial independence. And this is something that I've always found to be fascinating when we look at sort of the underlying political philosophy of law. And one of the things that I was wholly unexpecting that would take place during this lecture was a wholesale assault on you. Apparently, these judges feel that the very fact that you have the ability to articulate an opinion, whether it's a valid opinion or not, is utterly irrelevant. The fact that you have the ability to articulate an opinion on how the American justice system operates and whether or not it's effective or fair or, outcome determinative, well, that's simply destroying the entire concept. You should be thrilled. You should be honored that you have people like them that sit behind the bench, that make decisions on your behalf. The fact that you will likely never meet them makes it all the more exciting. And they were actually quite upset about the internet. They were upset about the fact that people are now posting blogs and, similar to what I do, I suppose, or posting videos where they challenge the intellectual integrity of these judges. And in fact, they made the argument that this is bringing the entire judicial system into ill repute, potentially destroying the fabric of our society. One of the judges made the comment that in the past, when there would be a losing litigant, they would stand in front of the courthouse sometimes with a sign calling for the recall of that particular judge. Now, these people are posting their screeds online, and many people are seeing this. In fact, they're sometimes having QR codes that will allow them to put their signatures on, some form of a referendum to recall that judge. How dare they? Yeah, this is really problematic. First and foremost, it's a complete dismissal of the First Amendment, both on freedom of speech as well as the ability for an individual to petition the government for a redress of grievances. And to be quite honest with you, it was, best I could describe, a form of totalitarianism that was being manifested by these people. I rarely speak at these types of symposiums, but on this one, I just couldn't let it go. And I questioned the judges. They were not overly impressed with the fact that I was calling it to issue their positions. I'm sure that in the long run, this probably did not benefit me. But in any event, if you want to be thoroughly disgusted with the state of American jurisprudence, by all means, read the blog this week. As always, guys, train constantly, train consistently, train repetitively, and train with purpose. Above all else, stay safe.